of aces or a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. I handed him my bottle and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and he asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet and his face lost all expression. He said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away." Good day and welcome to this presentation of the Ketron Sd90, Sd40, and Mid-J Pro. So before you today, I'm going to be using the Sd90, and unless I say otherwise, what I'm going to be discussing here applies to the Sd40 and the Mid-J Pro. But it's a new day in the guitar land. It's a new day in the guitar corner because we now have a machine for the guitar players, and I'm sure they're going to be very, very excited about this. For once, you actually have a machine that actually follows you. Now, in the world of backing tracks, what's happening is people are trying to get very, very close to the music, and so they purchase tracks or they create tracks, and when they're performing live, what's happening is they are following the tracks, okay? Sometimes you may have cue points or you may have markers, but either way, as a musician, you are following a recording. That's the bottom line. What about if you had a situation where the recording follows you? Exactly, yes. The machine is following you. The tracks are following you. And that's what we're going to present today with the products from Ketron, starting with the Sd90. I'm going to try to illustrate what this machine can do with my guitar. So, there are a couple of ways you can handle this. First of all, before we go anywhere, we would like to make sure that our guitar is tuned. So we go into the tuner, and as you notice, what I was doing was I select the key and I try to get the guitar tuned. For those of you who play by ear, you have a guitar on there, you can actually strike the key, okay? And you can tune the guitar accordingly. Yeah. Or I can use the actual lettering and be a little bit more precise. Now you have to do this right. You have to make sure the guitar is actually in tune, because remember, you are going to be triggering the module and controlling the module whichever way you choose to. Now, I right now have a MIDI guitar, and so with my MIDI guitar, I'm going to be able to do a lot more, and I'm going to explain that to you later. But if you don't have a MIDI guitar, that's okay. I'm going to show you how you can do this with an acoustic guitar as well. Okay? Very, very flexible machine indeed. Let me just pick a very nice simple beat here, like a 16-beat ballad. All right? And I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button. And that's what you're going to hear. Okay? Now, what's interesting is if I don't do anything, it doesn't do anything. It just plays what, the drums. What if I play a chord? And I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to play a chord, and notice what happens to the arranger when I play a chord. Here we go. So I got a C chord over there, okay? And as you can see on the screen, it registered a C chord, okay? Now, I go ahead and I want to play an F chord over here. See? It's an F chord, and the arranger followed me. So really, I mean, my opportunities are endless. It's just a matter of my creativity. What do I want to do? What do I want to play? Okay? Because now it's following me for the most part. And remember, I'm playing an electric guitar, and I'm using the acoustic sound. Now, what if I want to play my electric guitar sound? Well, on my guitar, I'm going to turn off the acoustic guitar, the MIDI right here, the MIDI, turn that down, turn up the electric guitar, okay? And now I have the electric guitar. And the machine is still following me. Now, if you notice, if I start doing You see, it's following each time I do a chord, it's trying to pick up what chord I'm playing. So with the sustain pedal, I can lock that chord in. If I hit the sustain pedal, listen to this. See that? And you might want to do that when you're playing a song, because sometimes there are certain guitar parts you're playing and you don't want the machine to follow you. So you lock it in with a sustain pedal, and when you're ready, release the pedal and hit the chord. Okay? Now, up the acoustic guitar, I can have them both go together. And remember, how does this work? If you play 3 or more notes on the guitar, or you strum a chord, that's when the arranger gets triggered. So if I solo, if I just play single notes, if I hit the chord, okay, let's do this. Key start, I'm going to play a chord. The arranger kicks in. Now, if I play a solo note, it's only 1 note, all right? 1 note, nothing happens. I can even play 2 notes. Nothing happens, okay? It's when I hit 3 or more notes together, then the chord will change. So I have full control over that. Now, what if I want to hit 3 notes and I do not want the chord to change? I just press the pedal, I lock it in, hit the 3 notes, and there's no change of chord. If I release the pedal, then it's going to be change of chord, okay? So that is the magic trick of this unit. That's what is happening right now. So let me do a nice little example here. I'm going to pick a country style. I'm going to go over here for an example, and I'm going to pick, let's see, I'm going to pick one of the new country styles from the new Ajamsonic Go package number 4, soon to be released. And I think a lot of folks are going to like this. A lot of American walking, bass line, shuffle, country beats, and also styles that are very, very in tune with the American market. So I'm going to go over here to country, and I'm going to pick a style. I'm going to go here, and that style is hidden somewhere. Where do we have that style? Well, let's see here. I put it under. Here we go. Okay, I can go in here, and I'm going to pick, where is that at? Let's pick that style for a second there. Gambler. Okay. We're going to go ahead and prepare our SD90 to perform this song called The Gambler. Again, this is actually a style from the machine, and we're going to actually control it so that the backing or the arrangement is following me. So I'm going to prepare the machine to receive controls from the guitar. As we had mentioned before, the SD90, SD40, and the Mid-J Pro are very versatile machines, and they can be used by either keyboard players, guitar players, organ players, accordion players, even saxophone and trumpet players, if they can have a way to control it. So for this particular demonstration, we're going to go and put this into guitar mode, okay? So I go in and I'm going to go to menu, and I'm going to go to play modes. And the play mode displays the different modes. So you have the master keyboard, accordion, accordion classic, organ, arranger keyboard, and guitar. So I'm going to go ahead and touch the guitar mode. Now, if you don't have this in your current OS, don't worry about it, it's coming. And I'll tell you how to do this manually. If you don't have guitar mode here, what it's really doing is it's setting up the MIDI channel and the configuration for the guitar player, which is going into menu, going into MIDI, going into arranger keyboard, MIDI receive, and making sure that the global is on channel 1. And also what it's doing is it's going into pianist mode. You hold that for 2 seconds and make sure that the pianist mode is on, automatic, and sustain pedal hold. Okay, that's pretty much what it's doing, you know, for an easy configuration. So if you don't have the guitar mode yet, you can do that manually, like I just explained to you. And that really puts the module in a guitar mode. And from now henceforth, you can start playing right away. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and engage the key start, so that when I play a complete chord on the guitar, that will trigger the machine to start playing. And what do I want it to start playing? I want to start with the introduction to the song. So I'm going to hit intro number 3, and as you can see on the screen, intro number 3 has been selected. So when I hit the chord, it will start with the introduction and then go into variation A for my verse. And I want to make sure I have my lyrics on as well. So I can use my pedal to actually scroll up and down with the lyrics. And in this case, I want to scroll all the way back to the top so I can actually prepare myself to sing the song. Okay, here we go with The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. So I'm going to start so you can see the screen in the operation mode, and I'm going to go back to the lyrics when I want to start singing the song. So here we go. I'm also going to disengage the talk button so that I have my effects ready for me to start singing. So the talk button is used when you want to talk to your audience like this. If I want to talk to you guys right now, I hit the talk button, and if I want to sing, I turn off the talk button. On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window of the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette, and he asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. He said, "You're gonna play the game, boy. You gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done." Now every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out his cigarette, and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even, but in his final words I found an ace that I could keep. You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, and know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. You never count your chickens. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the chicks are hatched. Never count your chickens.